everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island UK season 13 episode 36. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Guys, today is gonna be the deep one. Today is gonna be the serious review, okay? Listen, I feel like there were a lot of moments in this episode where it was like, okay, it's no longer like a jokey joke thing. You guys know I see these people as my Sims, but today I actually felt like they were like my little siblings. Like everybody, literally everybody. So it is gonna be a smidge more serious, just letting y'all know beforehand. So, movie night continues. We have Catch Me If You Kevin, and it's Kevin having a time in Casa Amor with Charlene. Jasmine's watching it back, and she's like, oh, this is so hard to watch. Actually, no, she's not even saying that. It's everybody else being like, wow, Kevin, you're not having a reaction. This is so hard for her to watch. He's not forcing them to watch it. You know what I'm saying? They're acting like he's imposing this on her. Like, he's not trying to torture her. It happened. It's movie night. You have to watch it back, right? Also, y'all know how I feel about this break thing. There's certain things where I'm just like, I think people need to actually think about what they are saying when they say they want a thing. Because if you say you want a break and you don't explicitly say what the parameters of the break are, stuff like this happens, right? Or what's another thing that I don't like? Closure. I think closure is dumb. I do. I think closure is dumb. Closure oftentimes is an indication that you're just not ready to let go, and you want that last little glimmer of hope to hold on to something. I don't believe in promise rings because I think they're manipulative. Because they were on a break, it's really hard for me to have all this smoke for Kevin, but the stuff that was happening beforehand with Jasmine, I'm just like, and y'all weren't on a break. Y'all were on the way to being exclusive. You now talking about you love the man, and you're realizing it now after seeing all that went down. And that's how you treat somebody you love? I don't know. She gets really upset. The girls are hounding on him, and Kevin is just not giving them the response that they think he should be giving them.
Now you're speechless.
Huh?
She really cares.
And you're
about
saying
her.
so on to me.
She didn't do half of that shit, Cam. The little comments are the problem.
That wasn't nice.
He was in a bad place before he left, that's why.
Whose fault was that? Whose fault was that?
It's perspective, Jazz, it's perspective.
You don't know it. You're gross. All of you are gross, but you all back each other. It's disgusting.
Yasmin and Ellie are desperately wanting Kevin to have more empathy, Kevin to be like upset at his behavior and all of that. And rightfully so, like the guy said, they were on a break. Jasmine didn't like the fact that he was saying, wow, you wanted this girl to be around for the last 4 weeks and you think that they're so well suited or whatever. Realistically speaking, Jasmine was saying similar things to the two older guys in the villa. Wow, maybe I shouldn't be with the 21-year-old. It makes more sense for us to be together. On paper, we're better suited. She said that to both Jordan and to Lorenzo. How many times does she tell, what's his name now? Jordan, you're absolutely gorgeous. You're my type of person. Like, you're the person that I would be. Similar stuff. It's similar. It just sucks to hear it when it's the person that you like saying it to somebody else. But y'all are saying similar things. So then Samraj is going to say, honestly, guys, Kevin was in a bad place. That's why he was exploring the way that he was. And then Jasmine's going to be upset saying, well, whose fault is that? Doesn't matter whose fault it was. Fact of the matter is, y'all were on a break. And I do understand from Jasmine's perspective, she really did not want the break. She didn't want him to take an emotional step back. She didn't want them to be on a break. But the fact of the matter is, they left things very open, very ambiguous. And they could have been more clear, and maybe they were and we didn't get to see it. But it sounded to me like it was just open to interpretation, and that's why things have gotten so messy. Jasmine then gets upset because all the guys are chiming in on Kevin's behalf as if her lapdog Mika hasn't been barking all night. All the girls have been jumping on the men all night too. That is a double standard. The guy can't have somebody come to his defense when all the girls are coming to each other's defense. That's not fair. That is simply not fair. She then says that he should feel bad because she feels bad. He does feel bad. He's just not crying. And just because you cry doesn't mean your feelings are bigger than the next person's feelings. After movie night, everybody's trying to make Kevin feel bad for what they saw. And Kevin is like, I'm sorry. Are we going to completely bypass what she was doing? I get it. I shouldn't have been kissing, or maybe it would have been better if I didn't kiss, because I don't think necessarily that he shouldn't have been kissing. It would have been better if I wasn't kissing and cuddling. But are we just going to gloss over everything that was happening beforehand? And there's so much more they could have shown, but they didn't. And then the guys are like, okay, yeah, it did kind of look bad from Jasmine's point. Like, can we also say that he's valid in his feelings? Like he has a right to also be upset about the things that he saw and the things that she gaslit him into not seeing. So then, you know, Jasmine, she's in the changing room with all the girls, and she's like, it's just so crazy how all these guys are backing him up. And here go the girls, of course, feeding into the foolishness.
What are the boys doing defending him? There's nothing to defend. Trying to compare me and Jordan. Are you fucking joking me? And I fucking love my single life. I love it. Then they want to compare the way they back each other, the way we back each other here. You don't need to back your boy when he's an idiot. You need to G-check him. Hello?
Jasmine thinks because she's loud, she's right. And that's just not true. I think she truly thought she could dog walk Calvin, and it's a shock to her system that she can't. It's a shock to her system. Honestly, there are moments where I do want him to have more of a backbone, but I'm glad in the moments where he does stand up for himself. He found another connection that he really did want to pursue. He does have feelings for Charlene, and he has the right to do that. They're in this show to do that. Jasmine would actually have me on side if she was more self-aware. I think this episode, finally, she's getting to a point where she is apologetic to both Priya and to Calvin. But during movie night, there was no apologies. No. She was like, but I told you that, and I said that, and I did this, and I did that, and you didn't want to apologize. Simba asked Angie if she wants to have a conversation, and she's like, for what? Come on, strict program. We love it. And he's like, if you don't want to talk, like, that's okay. I'm just saying, like, we haven't spoken all day. And the man is frantic. He's stressed. And she finally is like, fine, we can have a talk. She doesn't want to talk, but she indulges him anyways.
How are you?
Great.
First of all, let me just start by apologising. There's nothing there. I can't defend myself. I've got no leg to stand on.
I just feel like everything you're saying you do is just bullshit.
If I really didn't like you, if I didn't value
it's actually hilarious. Your words aren't matching your actions.
I know. You're the only thing that's really keeping me here right now. I don't need to be here right now.
Your
do you
actions
still, do you
ain't
still want
making-
this? Do you still want this?
I don't know.
I miss you. I miss us.
Oh, God.
Just want you.
Angelisa isn't buying anything that Simba is saying, and I do not blame her. He gave himself an opportunity to prove that he was going to be a changed man. He said, I'm going to do better. It wasn't her asking him, hey, do better, prove to me, whatever. He said it to her. He gave himself that opportunity, and he squandered it. So, of course, Angelisa would be in the right to be like, your word means jack. Your word means nothing. You've given me a promise, and you went back on that promise. Similar with the whole Mika thing, you set a boundary, and then you crossed the boundary that you set. You're not somebody who I can trust. Now, where my nuance comes in, flog me, I don't care. Because it is Love Island, that's where my grace comes in for all these people. Like, my grace comes for Calvin because they're on Love Island. My grace comes for Simba because they are on Love Island. You're literally supposed to explore. Nobody is in an exclusive couple. Nobody. Even Sean and Lola, who want to act like they're couple supreme, even they aren't in an exclusive couple. So it is allowed for them to want to explore. Simba's problem, and he has to fix this immediately. He is too eager. And that doesn't even just apply to women. Obviously, he's too eager when he sees a beautiful girl, but he's too eager to want to jump ahead of things, to want to be right, to want to like dismantle whatever argument you're trying to make instead of taking a beat and listen to what the person is saying, taking a beat and account for how your actions are going to affect the person that you're in a couple with. Too eager. Imagine being the guy who came in telling Opie, you had 2 girls and now you got none. You had 3 girls and now you have negative 100 because even the girls on the outside have got the ick. Sean tells Lola that he is disgusted by his behavior. He is so appalled at the way that he was acting. Oh, Lola, please forgive me. Lola's like, I wasn't bothered. I saw it coming. I had heard everything. So like, it's fine. He is disgusted at his own behavior. And he even knows that there's things that you didn't even get to see. We didn't get to see Sean taking off Yulia's shoes and all that. That was on Unseen Bits. We didn't get to see that. He knows what he did was wrong. And you're like, oh no, it's okay. Okay. Cut to Samrush and Mika. So they're talking about the Priya situation and they're like, honestly, in the moment, it didn't seem like it was that bad. But now upon reflection, now seeing it back, I do see how bad it is. Really? You knew it was bad in the moment because you wanted to lie about it. Don't get me wrong. Seeing yourself back is very confronting. And you realize, oh shit, I fucked up. I fucked up. Don't get me wrong. I understand that. But also, in those moments, you guys changed the conversation when Priya was walking by. You guys changed it again when Priya came and sat with y'all. You guys went up to the terrace to not be seen. And then you agreed to keep her in the dark. You lied to her face every time she came and spoke to the both of you. And you didn't realize how bad it was back then. You knew. So both of them are saying, yeah, we're going to talk to Priya. We're going to talk to Priya. Nobody's taking the initiative to talk to Priya. So Priya takes the initiative herself.
Do you know what? Actually, I'll speak to you both.
Honestly, Priya, I'm really sorry.
One, you could have told me, but you didn't. That's fine.
No,
So,
of course.
first of all, I'd like to apologise to you. Ick is a very strong word.
But then you still tried to kiss me in bed. Watching that about yourself, never, ever, ever going to say that someone has given me the ick again is fucking shit.
Is it Charlie Brown where when the parents talk, it just sounds like wah, 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 wah. That's what I hear when Priya talks. Just want, don't want to hear it. Like, it's all BS. Oh my gosh. She's like, yeah, watching back, I can see how it looks like I'm an evil bitch. Yes. At least there's one thing we agree on. Samrush, you're going to get your whackings too. Don't think that just because you got off scot-free with the Islanders that you are, home free with the audience. Hell no. Hell no. So anyways, Samrush says, you know what? Ick was a strong word. I probably shouldn't have said that. I should have said something else. It's just that things were grating on me for so long. And I just thought, yeah, I'm annoyed, but let me just keep pushing. That's not it. The man wanted what he was receiving from Priya. Let's be for real. In the bed, he would still be kissing her, touching her, doing whatever. It was only when Priya drew a line. She's like, if you want to explore somebody else, I'm not going to be doing all the intimate stuff with you in the bed. And he was like, oh, fine. Well, I guess if you say so. The next day, now he wants to draw a line with Priya. He wanted to get whatever he could out of Priya. And unfortunately for Priya, he did get it. So it wasn't a matter of, oh, I just wanted to try. No, you wanted to have your cake and eat it too. And you quite literally did. You did. So stop that. That's why I'm saying Samrush is right up there as one of the worst for me. Because this facade of being a nice guy is so predatory. You know how many people do that? And then they complain, this is my nice guys finished last. No, you're a fuckboy. And you know you are. And you know how to mask it. Mika's just there with him. All the smileys, this and that. I'm just always so happy and I'm so whatever. No, y'all's true nature is being shown to us in 4K. That's how y'all really are. And just because you smile doesn't mean like you don't have ill intentions for people. Y'all do. The both of y'all do. Oh, I can't stand the both of them. Let's move on before I get pissed off for real. Before bed, Aiden says, I hope it doesn't look like I was trying to break you and Jasmine up. And Kevin is like, but you don't think she is right for me. So essentially you are trying to break us up. And he is. Aiden needs to be honest. He is trying to break them up. I do think that the advice he was giving to Kevin was valid most times. I wish that Kevin would just act on his convictions because it seems like that's a lot of the reasons why him and Jasmine just weren't working it out. Like he would feel something, but he was just too scared to actually say it for real. And then he would hear something here, hear something there, and now he's just discombobulated. But yeah, I think that Aiden's advice was often right regarding where Kevin was at with Jasmine. But anyways, Jasmine says that she can't take all of this because she really likes Kevin. Earlier, she said she liked being single. What happened today? Oh, okay. Kevin and Simba sleep outside again. They haven't forgotten what Jasmine was doing though. Kevin is like, no, but she was plotting, guys. She was plotting. And Simba's like, no, that actually was crazy. Then we have Priya, who talks to Jasmine and Mika, and I think that Angelista was sitting on the ground, and they're saying, we're sorry that we were keeping you in the dark. Clearly, you're not somebody who needs, a message that's sugar-coated. You deserve the truth. You don't need to be protected. That wasn't what it was. You guys took her for idiot. You thought she was a dummy. Like, that's the end of that. It wasn't you trying to protect her. You thought she was a lapdog. And you realize now she's not. In the morning, everybody crying. Everybody is crying. Charlene is crying because, you know, she thought she was going crazy regarding the connection she had with Calvin, but clearly seeing the tapes back, it's true that they had something. So she's like, yeah, this is really rough because I like him. Jasmine is crying because she's like, yeah, I really like him and I feel bad for hurting him and I also feel bad for hurting Priya, but also he should feel bad for hurting me. Anyways, all of Calvin's girls are crying. Calvin reminds Simba that there was not a single bad tape of Angelista. And I promise you, you can comb through the footage, you ain't gonna find it. You ain't gonna find it. And Simba's like, yeah, she's literal perfection. And yet, in the face of perfection, the same thing I said to Anaya in the USA, in the face of perfection, you ended up doing what you did regardless. I don't understand. Guys, I don't understand those things. I don't understand it now as a 29-year-old, but like 23, 24, fine. I get it. But like, Angelista was so good to you. So good to you. You had something good going. The girl forgave you after a thing where most people thought that she shouldn't. And she still did. And you still wanted to go and hurt her again. What a shame. What a shame. He says, yeah, he is a bad guy. He understands. Anyways, Lorenzo tried to make a joke about the affair. Nobody found that funny. Not a single person. And then, what's her name? Jasmine is talking to a few girls and she cries again. And she says, honestly, I do feel bad for how I've treated people in the villa.
Having to sit here and look at him, guys, I can't take it. I can't take it, you guys. Honestly, I have genuine feelings for this person. I deserve love from the man that I've been with this whole time. And I'm so sorry for hurting these people. I'm sorry for what I've done. You should be too, because you really hurt me and you know you have. I deserve the same back.
Jasmine thinks that because Calvin isn't distraught, he's not hurt. And respectfully, that's not true. Just because you're crying and the other person isn't doesn't mean your feelings are bigger than the other person, okay? She then says things are supposed to be reciprocal. Like, if I'm going to apologize, like he also needs to apologize. And I was respecting him and he should have respected me and all these things. But history has shown us that you don't often offer reciprocation for him. He's supposed to see your perspective all the time. He's supposed to be apologetic. He's supposed to understand you. He's supposed to come grovel with you, but you don't ever do that for him. When has she apologized genuinely? When has she tried to see things from his perspective without biting his head off? When has she tried to correct him in private instead of in public when she expects him to do that? Like, please. Let's be so for real. That reciprocation that you're asking for, you don't give it to Calvin as much as you probably think that you do. Breakups happen. Hers is happening on television. People you like, move on. It's happening to her on television in front of other people. You have to watch him move on. And that sucks. It hurts to watch. But just because you're heartbroken doesn't mean the other person needs to now just bend to your will. Just because you like the person doesn't mean the relationship is going to work out. Lorenzo, of all people, takes Angelista for a chat to see how she's feeling. This was a very good episode for Lorenzo, for the most part. The joke about the affair, it was like, come on, bro, read the room. But he was being very empathetic this episode. It was nice to see. And Angelista says it has taken her so long to fall for somebody. And the fact that she fell for somebody who's acting so poorly and who everybody is seeing his poor action, like everybody has this ill feelings for him because of his poor actions, that's what makes it hard for her to forgive him.
Everyone basically strongly dislikes him. It's making it really hard for me.
It's also hard, like, what else more can you do?
All I've got is his word, and that's not enough.
Have you ever been cheated on before? You have. I guess it's even worse then. Is that for me?
I didn't get the measurements right.
All right.
Do you want anything else? I think she wants a coffee as well.
Do you want coffee?
I'm joking.
Lorenzo is trying to encourage Angelista, saying, listen, if you do like this man that much, if you haven't liked somebody, she said, what, for 4 years? You didn't like anybody for 4 years, and you now found somebody who you are so just like for. You're so for this person. I know that doesn't make sense. Then I think it's worth the risk. And she's like, but the problem is his behavior is just so bad. The exploring other women thing, it is like the crux of Love Island. So things can definitely get murky, right? People would be doing this in real life. They just don't have cameras on them. You know, we don't get to see the things that they're doing and saying to people. But where I would say I actually would want Angelisa to focus is how he reacts to stuff, right? Like him constantly being like frustrated at the smallest inconvenience. The way that he just wants to like jump ahead of things before letting the person actually explain themselves. The fact that he can't think through things before acting sometimes, or he knows something is going to hurt somebody's feelings, but because he wants to fulfill his own desires, he's just going to do it anyways. Those are the things that bother me, honestly, more than him being overly excited for girls. He's a boy, young boy. All them boys did it, from the oldest to the youngest. They all did it. From the guy who's damn near in a relationship, Sean, he did it too. So unfortunately, sometimes that just comes with it, right? But the other stuff are the things that I would want Angelisa to focus on. I want somebody who's patient. I want somebody who can like pause and listen and hear perspectives and be apologetic without having his head bitten off. You know, those are the things that I want her to focus on. Samraj and Simba have a conversation, and he's like, honestly, watching myself back, I'm realizing that that behavior is so unbecoming of me. I don't want to be that person. I want to be a better person. And I am inclined to believe that he wants to be that better person. I think that right now, the best way to learn from this is to lose Angelisa. I think that they could get back together, make it work, all this stuff. I actually do believe that. I think that Angelisa is fiercely loyal to a fault. And if Simba knew how to act right, they actually could have a good relationship. But unfortunately, he hasn't been able to act right. He's gone back on his word. So in as much as I felt for him in this moment, because he cried, Samraj cried, I cried. Don't worry about it. In as much as I do feel for him, I think the best lesson is losing her. Because he realizes, damn, I like this girl a lot. I fumbled horribly. I desperately want to be a better person. Go and be a better person and have this experience to look back on to realize, and this is why I had to change. I had an amazing woman and I fucked it up bad. Remember that. Yasmin and Ellie say that they are concerned about Lola because she seems to be the type of woman who sweeps things under the rug. I don't know if it's because they're just on Love Island and maybe she just wants to secure the win, or if she truly is a bird. But clearly she's very agreeable to a fault. Actually, I don't even know how being agreeable is a good thing. So yeah, she's very agreeable. And let me make it clear, she's only agreeable when it comes to her man and her relationship. Anything outside of that, she's quite combative. She even said she felt no ways after watching the footage back. You felt the way. We saw your face, Lola. You were disturbed. But in an attempt to, I don't know, save face, keep up appearances, she's going to pretend like everything is okay. That is alarming. That's really bad. Anyways, I'm going to get onto her at the end of the episode. Then we have Jasmine, who speaks to some of the girls while Calvin and Charlene are speaking on the terrace. Mind you, they're not doing anything. They're simply having a conversation. Lorenzo joins Jasmine and she loses it.
See you in a bit, girl.
Love you guys.
Have you spoken to him yet? You haven't?
This with her, so I can't. Making me think it's just my time.
And if he feels that way, then he feels that way. I personally don't think some of the things that you've done are that bad.
And I'm gonna say sorry for hurting him in certain ways. Like, I'm just really hurt.
You crying?
I can't stop crying on this place.
Lorenzo says, in as much as I feel like some of the things that you were doing weren't that bad, if he's hurt by your actions, he has the right to be hurt by your actions. Then Jasmine is like, you know what? Yeah, I am feeling, apologetic for some of the things that I did. And I do want to apologize to him. And she makes it clear it's only for some things, not all the things, but for some things. And similar to what I say towards the guys, it takes all of this for you to now see the error of your ways to want to apologize. It takes all of this. It takes you damn near losing the man for you to be like, oh, okay. I can see where I messed up. Like, unfortunately, sometimes losing the person is the lesson you need to learn. It's unfortunate to see how things have dissolved between them because so many problems they had could have been resolved if they just took a second to listen to one another. Unfortunately, Calvin's age works against him in Jasmine's eyes because she never truly had the respect for him that she did towards somebody like Lorenzo. And so whenever he had a valid point, she just couldn't hear it. And they would just be like, okay, fine, whatever, let's forget it, let's move on. And it's like the resentment is building up for him. That's why he got to a point where he was like, I just need a break. I need a break. So she gets really emotional. She's damn near inconsolable. Lorenzo takes her to the room, calls Mika over. Mika tells her she's just overwhelmed by everything. She's feeling bad about Priya. She's feeling bad about Kavin. And she's also feeling hurt by Kavin's behavior. So all these emotions are just hitting her at once. And it's better for her to just cry it out. I agree. I'm a cry it out person. I'm agreeing a lot with Mika this episode. Sucks to be me. I'm a cry it out person. I'm a feel the feelings person. Sometimes you're going to feel the feelings and you're still not going to get the thing that you wanted, but you have to feel it to truly move on. Jasmine says that Kavin obviously doesn't feel guilty about his behavior because look how well he's getting along with Charlene. Again, with the assumptions, like why can't she just seek understanding? If Jasmine is convicted by something, it becomes the truth. And that's a big downfall for her. Priya tells Jordan that he was in the wrong for leading her on. And he says that it's not that he wasn't necessarily attracted to her. It just looks bad the way that the clips were set up. You said it again to Carlos with a lot of conviction too. You're lucky they didn't play that. Priya says, I just need some space. We can still get to know each other, but I'm just going to take some time to myself. And I think that's the best plan of action. Simba takes Mara for a chat. And this was nice. Guys, I'm telling you, give Simba 7 years. Right now, there's a lot of lessons for him to learn, but give him 7 years. And maybe he could be a better person. Maybe. So basically, he's checking in on Mara. She gives, a fluffy answer. And he's like, no, seriously, how are you doing? Because I am truly sorry that I've done this to you.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm gonna ask you again.
I was feeling sad. Not a lot of things upset me. When it does upset me, it really does upset me. I haven't felt like that in ages.
I'm truthfully and genuinely very, very sorry. These are people's feelings and people's emotions. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mara, genuinely.
Hope this is gonna be like a growth for you.
More reflecting, man. Simba is reflecting, accountability.
How are you gonna win her over? You need to think of a plan.
Simba apologizes for bringing out a negative side of Mara. He says that the way he was acting was definitely uncalled for and he should have thought about other people's feelings instead of just his own. Mara does agree. She accepts his apology wholeheartedly. And she says, so what are we going to do moving forward? Because clearly you're in love with Angelista. And he's like, oh, you think so? And she says, yes. The problem is at that time, you were just in love with yourself more than you loved her. So you were acting selfishly, but you do love the girl. You do have really strong feelings for her. So they're trying to figure out, okay, what does love mean to you? And he explains that love is putting somebody above yourself. And he says there's an essence of love that you just can't explain. Basically alluding to the fact that he does love her. And she's like, I think that it's worth fighting for. I think Angelista is worth fighting for. She's an amazing woman. She had the right to be nasty towards me and she never was. Even with the way that she's treating Simba, she could have been way worse, but she's just not that kind of girl. So he says he does want to win her back, but he's afraid that she's going to bite his head off, and she might. And she should. Honestly, and she should. Like I said earlier, I think the best lesson for Simba at this point is to lose Angelista. He has to lose her. He just has to lose her. The girls are, because Mara goes over and the girls are talking about what the conversation was about. And basically Mara is like, he does want to win you back. And Angelista's having a hard time because she's like, we've had so many downs and I don't think that love is supposed to be this hard. Yulia comes in and she's like, but honestly, love is hard sometimes because life is hard. And I do get where the girls are coming from. I don't think that love needs to be like toxic and whatever. No, but sometimes you are going to have to go through difficult things. Like even me, like when I talk about my husband, I do love him down, but there are some things that we had to iron out. Like my stubbornness, he had to deal with. His stubbornness, I had to deal with. Like there's certain things like that just come with navigating a new relationship. We're also still growing. We're both in our 20s. Like there's so much more maturing that has to happen. So do I think there's hope for Simba? Yes. Do I think that they could work things out if they were to try again? Yes. But I truly think for Simba's sake, he has to lose Angelista. Yeah, he has to lose her. I believe him. I believe he wants to be a better person. Losing Angelista is the first step. Speaking of downs, Jasmine is still down. Ooh, Jasmine is down. She crying up and down the villa, okay? And basically she's like, I can't even look at Kavin. I can't do it. Mika says, if he doesn't see how much you like him, then I don't know what else there is to see or to say. One day, these people are going to realize that liking somebody is not enough. And apparently, it's not even just like. Jasmine is going to say, I actually love him. And when I love somebody, I love hard. And I had gotten to that point with Kavin, and unfortunately, like, he squandered it. He fumbled me. If you truly loved Kavin, you had to have navigated the situation better, because we weren't seeing evidence of somebody who loves someone. And that goes for her, that goes for Simba, that goes for Lola. All three of them are exhibiting, you know, feelings of loving somebody, but not the action of love. And I'll explain. So with Jasmine, right? You claim that you love this person, but you find it hard to apologize. You find it hard to be accountable. You want to constantly chastise them for things that they are rightfully upset about. You find it hard to see things from their perspective. You expect a certain level of respect towards you, but you cannot give it towards them. I would reconsider our image of love. I think she had very deep feelings for him. But if we're going to say that we love this person, then I would have expected her to navigate things a bit differently. Even the fact that the man that you claim you loved was expressing discomfort about how you were engaging with somebody else, you felt like, whatever, you're overreacting, it's not that deep. I'm going to keep doing this thing that clearly makes you uncomfortable. Let's reconsider how we're going to, like, act with people that we love, right? Lola, you claim to love this man, but you cannot hold him accountable when he does wrong. He's even able to see his own wrongs, yet you can't hold him accountable. You want to blindly be loyal to him, which is a problem. That's not real love. Love is not bliss. Love has the ups and the downs, and there is conflict, and there's beauty at the end of conflict when you're able to resolve. So do I think that they truly love each other? I don't know. Actually, I would say no. I would say no. It's like a puppy love type thing. It's a fairy tale type situation, but she's not being honest. And then with Simba, do you love this girl? I feel like maybe he could. But again, you want to put yourself, your desires, your urges above this person. You know that you're going to do things that are going to hurt that person, and you decided to do them anyways. That is not love in action. All three of these people, this is not love in action. So anyways, those are my takeaways from this episode. If it comes late, it's because I've been talking for 42 minutes. But yeah, this was a good one. This was like an insightful, like deep thinking type episode. It was nice. It was nice. Anyways, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.